Good afternoon, viewers. Today in this episode, I want us to talk about the effective marketing and sales and marketing strategies. Effective marketing strategies. And in this episode, I have coined up a formula in my opinion, which I think when you apply it, you will achieve an effective marketing strategies. And I have called it the 7 P's in my opinion. Now, the first category, the first P is the product that you produce. Number 2 is the pricing of your products. And number 3, it is the promotion of your products and services. And number 5, the place where you are selling your product and services. And number 5, the packaging of your products. Number 6, the position of your product. And number 7, the people that you have recruited or the people that you have employed. Now, let's begin with the first P as we demystify the 7 P's of the effective marketing strategy. Now, the first one is the product. Now, in this case, you need to look at the product you produce and the outside and the people who view you from the outside of your company. Now, what the questions that you need to ask yourself: what do people want? Will you produce? What do people want you to produce? Will you consume the product that you are producing yourself? Now, does the product conform to the needs of the people? Now, if those questions you are able to answer them. For example, does the product you produce conform to the needs of your people? So, if the product conforms, then you are sure you're producing the right product. So, therefore, always sit back and look, view the product from the outside as if you are not the owner of the company that is producing that product, but instead you are a customer. So when you look at the products that you are producing in that perspective, you will know if you are producing the right product. Now, number 2, you need to look at pricing of your products. Now, pricing is a very key component because that is the cost the people who purchase your products are willing to purchase at. For example, before you set up the price at which you want to offer your product, you need to look at the competition in the industry you are operating. You also need to look at the cost that you incurred in producing that product or that service, because you might find that you are undercharging your product or you are overcharging your products or your services. So as the marketing officer or as the owner of the company, the CEO of the company, you need to develop a strategy of examining the prices at which you are offering your products to the market, so that you may know if the prices you are entering into the market, is it right or is it high. Now, when you sometimes you may offer a product to the market at a low price and you find that you are making losses. So there is need for you to increase the prices of your product a little bit. In this case, you might lose a bit of your customers, but in this case, it will sustain your business, other than offering the product at a low prices and you make losses, then you close your business. Now, the third P that we are going to talk about in this episode is about promotion. You need to know how you are going to promote your products. You can decide to promote your product through dealers. You can decide to promote your product through retailers. You can think of promoting your product through retailers. Now, or you might decide to go through to the market and do it yourself. So in this case, you don't need any other person to help you in the promoting of your product, but instead you go to the market direct. So in this case, you'll have to incur some advertisement costs for your business. And in promotion, remember, viewers, in promoting your product, it is a way you tell your customers about your products. How you attract them to yourself is key, and how you sell your product to them is also another critical aspect. Now, a small change on there is a small change on when there is a small change to how you promote your product. Remember, it will cause a critical change also to how your products are viewed in the market. So you really need to understand on how you promote your products in the market. Now, the fourth P that we are going to discuss in this episode is now the place. Now, the place where you are offering your product. Now, the place can be direct marketing. You can offer your product through suppliers of goods and services, and in this category they can be distributors or wholesalers or even retailers. And yes, retailers of your products. So the place where you offer your product is also a very critical component when it comes to effective marketing strategy of your products and services. Now, viewers, the fourth P that we discuss in this episode is about packaging. Now, the change of packaging in your product is also another critical component, because any change in the packaging that you use in packaging of your products will cause a critical change in the consumer perspective. It will cause a critical change even in the marketing of your product. The colors that you choose, people are obsessed with colors. You can use a color that is not even visible on the shelves. The color that is not even attractive to the people purchasing your product. So therefore, you really need to do a good research when it comes to packaging of your products. Now, you need to remember that a small change, a small improvement in the packaging of your products, maybe the change in colors, maybe the material that is packaging the product will change a completely different reaction from your customers. So therefore, you need to understand that any change in the packaging of your products should be geared into to be seen, to be visual to the people who are purchasing your products. Now, let's come to the position. Another P that we discuss in an effective marketing strategy is position. You really need to know always how the people who are purchasing your products, the customers who are purchasing your products, how they position you in their minds. Do they give a good feedback to you? How do people think about you when you are not there? So in positioning, you need to understand those people who are purchasing, those people who are consuming your products, how they view you when you are not there, how they talk about your product, how they talk about your company, how they talk about the products and services that you offer to the market. So positioning is also a very critical component when it comes to effective marketing. And finally, in our last P is the people. The people. There is no company that can produce any product without people. Even if your company is mechanized, it will need that mechanical engineer who will press that button and the system starts. The company cannot just begin on its own. Even robots, even if you are using robots, at least you need one or two people there in your organization. So when it comes to the people, you need to have the right people who carries your vision, the people who communicates your vision even to the customers, even to the suppliers. And you need to develop a marketing strategy whereby you know how to communicate to your people, how you get feedback, how you communicate, because it is so critical. And when you hire the right people, if you have good people, you need to come up with a strategy of maintaining them so that you don't have what we call staff turnovers. So therefore, viewers, in this episode, we were discussing about effective marketing strategy of your product, because you cannot just go to the market and you just want to sell the product without having done quite a number of things for you to be seen even in the market, lest you'll be wiped out by other people in your industry without having those competitive advantages. So in this episode, we were discussing about the 7 P's which I thought are so critical when it comes to effective marketing strategy. And the first one we said is product, the product that you are offering to the market. The second one we said pricing, the cost at which you are willing to let your products go to the people who comes to take your product, the cost at which you are willing to accept in exchange of your products. And number 3 is promotion, how your products are promoted on the market. And number 4, the place where you are offering your product. Are you doing it direct to the market? Are you doing it through dealers? Are you doing it through retailers? Are you doing it through distributors, or which way that you choose? And number 5, viewers, the packaging of your product. Packaging is so critical, and the position at which your product are in the market. And finally, the people. So that is what I thought we need to discuss in this episode, because marketing is a critical aspect when it comes to the business growth. Because if your products are not well positioned in the market, if you are not selling, you don't have an income. All incomes that comes into the business is through marketing. Thank you so much, even as we close this episode. See you in our next episode. Thank you.